Okay. Are we live?
Step into the ring.
Okay. Oh, lost the stream for a second. Okay, it looks like we are back live now. Testing, testing. Mic check, mic check. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are back. It is once again Koopa here on the Fire Phoenix King stream. Hello, Firebenders. And we are here with another edition of the Open Arena. As you guys know, we've been doing these the last couple of Thursdays. Just one thing for production, I'm hearing myself in a slight echo. We could possibly get that fixed. Thank you guys. Anyway, we're here for another edition of our King of the Hill. So, as you guys know the rules, we are playing winner stays on. If you lose 3 in a row, you're kicked from the arena, and we are keeping track with a live leaderboard. So, hope everyone's having a good week. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. It's almost Friday. Friday Junior, as the kids like to call it. So, we're going to get some games going here. Very excited to see which of the regulars are going to show up. Going to run the gauntlet this time. I think we had as many wins as like 7 or 8 in a row last time. So it's going to be quite the experience for sure. Very excited to see who's going to be coming through this week. But in the meantime, make sure you guys support the channel, support Fire Phoenix King, all that good stuff. Follow below if you haven't already done all that. Y'all know the vibes. Mic check, mic check. I'm still hearing a little bit of an echo, but it's not like nearly as bad. But y'all do what you gotta do. I'm hanging in there. We'll be alright. But we are hanging out. Once again, I appreciate everyone hanging with us tonight. And yeah, looking forward to some fun night of Super Smash Brothers tonight. What's up, Okido, into YouTube? I'm watching on YouTube, so that's where I will be looking in the corner of my eye. And yes, I am media trained, so you will not be pulling anything quick over me. Mic check, mic check. I no longer hear the echo, so I think we got it fixed. So thank you guys. Appreciate the quick work. Thank you, thank you. Anyway, once again, there's the arena code. It's open arena. Anybody can join. So feel free to jump on in, folks, whenever you all got the time. Or if you're all watching. If you're waiting or if you're scared, Dopey is the beauty of Super Smash Brothers. On any given hour, anybody can win the game. So do not fret. Do not be afraid. Looks like Kezi won a heater last week. Looking to run the gauntlet once again, I'm sure. So yeah, hope everyone's having a good week. Hope everyone's having a good time out there. It's like Lalo has hopped into the chat, so we're going to finally be getting a little bit of action here. I appreciate everyone's patience. Once again, I'm on the sticks from 7 to 9 tonight, so, you know, get your bits in now if you guys want to get Super Smash Brothers action in with a commentator on the sticks. Here we go. Tezzy against Lalo. Sephiroth versus Rob. Rob will be making his film debut in the Super Mario Brothers movie next week for all of you who are into that. I apologize if you hear some sirens in the background. There's an ambulance driving by my apartment. Anyway, getting into it here. So, classic, you know, we've seen Tezzy on the sticks a few times here in these streams. Already broken out a quick 0 to death. Lalo was forced to recover pretty low there, but Sephiroth's recovery incredibly good. Having he aided that second jump. Risky recovery, that's going to get punished every time. That is a 0.0 on the docket there for Tezzy. Now we got to see how long can he keep it going. How long can you go without being hit is now the question. Can you keep it up? So far we are 21% into, okay, deep into the stock. The 0 to death is over. For now. The 0 part's over. The death part will still be coming. So, if you are Lalo, you're trying to get some percentage on the board here. Unfortunately, not able to get a grab on. Really favoring that down air. Jab lock into the corner. We've seen Rob do this time and time again. That is going to be a swift second stock taken here for Tezzy, and potentially almost getting stuck in one of those gnarly early percent Rob combos. This character is absolutely disgusting at being able to, you know, touch you once and then make you pay with it with your life. And there we go. The Roto Arms, a 3-stock sub 75. Looking awfully strong right there for Tezzy. Great start to the stream for sure. Get on the leaderboard, which is the important part, obviously. So that's all, you know, what we're really here for. Let's be real. So an excellent start there. Gonna get to stay on here. Nobody else is in the line, so it's gonna be the Lalo and Tezzy show for at least the next couple of games here. Looks like Lalo is switching characters here. Gonna love to see who's in the arsenal here as well. It's going to be King K. Rool, a popular character here on the streams. A lot of people like to play King K. Rool, which I find hilarious. He really is that dude. King K. Rool is so funny. See, now that we have the added information, it looks like Lalo is left the building temporarily, but whoa. I gotta say, now that we have confirmation that you know, I guess if you're in the gaming space, obviously the big news of the day is that Fox McCloud will be featured in the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie due out next week. So now that's kind of led to everybody's speculating, like, what could they possibly be planning here? Are we on this cusp of a Super Smash Brothers cinematic universe, which could make sense. So it really makes you think, you know, how many of these characters could potentially pop up, you know, in other places on the big screen potentially, which is really cool. You know, someone that's played Smash the entirety of their life. It's really exciting knowing that, hey, these characters could potentially, you know, make it onto the big screen, which is really awesome. As we are waiting for someone to pop in for Tezzy here. Who is going to step up to the plate to square off against the Rob Man extraordinaire? Tezzy's a fun guy to watch in these streams. Looks like Lalo is back. Maybe taking a little bit of a bathroom break, potentially. But we are back. It is going to be King K. Rool. So the King K. Rool we were promised has now shown up on the scene. So Let's see how this fares here. All right, we did not get 0 to death. But again, King K. Rool does suffer from a lot of the same problems that Rob does. A bigger character, but some a fine array of projectiles himself. Already, Lalo trying to get started with something extreme here. A lot of heavy punches here. That is what King K. Rool loves to do. He's a character that is a man of few moves, but those few moves will do a lot of damage. Unfortunately for Lalo, got with a unfortunate SD to start the game here. Not what you want to see to start things off, but easily be made up with a couple of strong exchanges from this character. Again, King K. Rool doesn't need much to get the blood flowing here, but Tezzy just doing a great job just kind of sniffing out these landings wherever this character is going to be. So far, the loopage and percent has already occurred. We're trying to get something generated here. Oop, goes for the dash attack. I like the read on the roll, but just a little bit out of range for that to work. Oop, going for the finishing move there, the side B in the blast zone, just going to come up short. 124 in the docket though. Again, Rob does not need much to be able to net this KO. This character has kill power for days. The very tail end of the side of the up B saving Lalo's bacon there. Going for the haymaker, but once again just coming up a little bit short. And just trying to find that KO, and there we go. It is going to be the neutral off the top. That's how you know the stock has severely stayed past its expiration date, when like your combo moves then transition into KO moves. Incredibly funny stuff. Ooh, and unfortunately dips a little too low. That is a back-to-back 3 stocks here for Mr. Tezzy. Take a look at the replay here. And an unfortunate replay, trying to go for the blunderbuss catch to maybe change up your edge guard a little bit. The neutral air off the top netted that KO. Again, not a move known for its KO prowess, and just again, the jetpack just a little too, gas is expensive, I get it. Maybe just not enough gas left in the tank to, to mount that comeback. But quite the start here for Lalo and Tezzy. No, it looks like that was Tezzy taking 2 games there. Scoreboard just a little, gonna have to correct that just slightly, but. Yep, wonderful stuff. Here we go. The 3rd game squaring off between these two. So we'll see how this one shakes out. Potentially, maybe, hopefully a little bit differently for Tezzy. We'd hope that things result in a better result here, getting on the board. Just trying to find, the big hits here, but so far it has been the Tezzy show so far. And again, another unfortunate SD. Getting back to the stage has not been very friendly for Lalo. Oh no, this is swiftly taking a turn for the worse, unfortunately. Oh, trying to go again. Still, really applaud going for the haymaker there, but just gonna come up a little bit short. Again, trying to get on the board here. Ooh, goes for the gnarly fast fall down air, and unfortunately gonna come up short. So it has been all Tezzy all the time so far tonight. You hope that maybe Lalo can sneak something through here, but the Rob is just looking so potent and powerful. What a start. Tezzy coming out the gates strong, sure. Love to see it crisp, calm, powerful. Just very crisp and solid play. What you look for in these early parts of the night. You're maybe getting the juices flowing a bit. There we go. We're gonna see you know, Lalo is now out for the rotation. It is now going to be Soshi stepping up to the plate. Playing one of my favorite characters in Super Smash Bros., Sonic T. Hedgehog. I'm a big fan of Sonic. I think Sonic's late game resurgence as a top tier threat in Super Smash Bros. Is awesome. He is a dynamic character that really does force you to play the game to his speed. And I think this is a matchup that can be very, very dangerous for Rob if things don't, you know, go well in the early game, potentially. But we'll see. And as you can see, the percentage is showing that. It's a 20% difference. That spin dash is going to be the name of the game. Spin dash, spin charge, both fantastic comboing moves. And you're seeing right there, Soshi showing that they are very adverse in having to edge guard here. That is what makes this character very hard to combat against. The Sonic just covers so much ground so quickly. Spin dash offers so many comboing options. And Rob, being such a big character himself, is really easy to combo. Now, you have to be careful with those spin dashes near the ledge. If you can potentially get yourself stuck in a scenario where you don't have your jump to your disposal. If you, like, spin dash out of your jump without landing. Something to keep in mind here. But a big percentage lead built up here. However, now it's going to come the hard part. Trying to net that KO is going to be quite a challenge. And Sonic, not known for his durability, almost becoming KO'd into that side B. Back air from way across the stage, not going to be enough. Going to use the spin dash to cover some space. The forward tilt, both hits connect. That's the crucial part of that move. So both hits connect. That will net the KO there for Tezzy. Let's see if they can continue to add on to this lead here. That back air. They're trying to create some space, trying to generate some offense. It's so dangerous trying to do that against Sonic. Sonic is such a quick character. And there we go. Able to get the KO there. Fantastic work. Getting on the board. The hardest part has been accomplished. But an 82% deficit to be made up here. It's going to be tough, for sure. Again, Sonic's one of those characters where once he gets the lead, it is really hard to take it away from him. Let's get a good spin charge right there. Going to generate a little bit more offense than before. Ooh, okay, goes for the high chase with the up B. That is a very, nifty strategy that Sonic can utilize. Being able to hit those parts of the screen that Rob may not necessarily be used to characters being able to chase him down in. Still keeping it close for the most part. We're almost being lapped to percent here. This is looking really, really good here. Soshi. Good neutral air. And also making good utilization of Sonic's up air. That is one of the best combo starters that this character has in his potential. All right, but just like that, guys are able to even things up. This isn't anybody's game. Again, this is a very awkward and rough matchup for both sides. I think Sonic's good at racking up the damage, but Rob is really good at stealing one from under you if you're not paying attention. Here we go, trying to find that evening blow here. 96-69, pair low numbers. Get the forward air, quick multi-hit move. The F-tilt's going to catch there. That's going to force the low recovery from Rob. Ooh, got the air dodge, but actually deked himself out. Sonic's F-smash is such a great KOing option. Those high percents falling out of the up air. The F-smash could have been dangerous there. Again, Sonic, not known for his durability, is going to, have a timer on these hits. The F-smash coming through. Again, Sonic's range just a little bit lacking there. Ooh. Okay, goes for the spin shot. And falls through the platform with the up air. Gets clanked out of the side B with The gyro. The neutral air, sweet spot, not enough. Oh, goodness. That move's a little stale. Got caught rolling. Forward air will connect. 176. This is truly anybody's game. Next solid hit will potentially do it. All right, I'll just back down. Oh, okay. Had the right idea with the up smash. Reading that the jump was going to come out there. Accidentally dash attacks there. That's going to leave it open for a punish. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, if that side B whiffs, we could potentially see an F tilt to connect there, but the up smash going to be enough to come to the move there. Great stuff right there from Soshi. Breaking the win streak of Tezzy. Getting on the board. Love to see it. Great stuff as we finally get a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog action tonight. Didn't think I'd had this on my bingo card, but once again, Sonic's a fun character. Much as it, a bit of a controversial take. I love Sonic as a Smash character. He's one of my my personal favorites. I'm a Sonic the Hedgehog guy. As someone that grew up in the 90s, I feel like you grow up in the camp of either liking Sonic the Hedgehog or not, and I did.
3, 2,
All right, but Void Ness, a regular here on the Thursday show, coming in to try to get on the board here. Maybe try to go on a hot win streak. Ness versus Sonic, again, another one of those awkward matchups. Sonic has to play in Ness's wheelhouse. Ness has a plethora of moves to potentially impede Sonic's way, but Ness's recovery very exploitable by a character that can, kind of get out there with the best of him. This is where things can become difficult. When Sonic is without resources, Ness has a really easy way of just kind of, planking him out of whatever he's looking for. Great, nice trade right there from both sides. Okay, whiffs the dash attack. It's going to be a back throw here. Ooh, had the right idea. I liked kind of drifting down with Ness to try to give to recovery, but just coming up a little short. All right, there we go. Nice forward air in the blast zone there. That's going to be first stock going to Soshi. Ooh, okay, drag down fair. Ooh, okay. Just a little bit past the ledge on that recovery. Able to get caught with the up smash from Void Ness. Again, Ness's combo game, very potent, and Sonic does not leave a lot to be desired durability-wise, so could potentially sneak some cheesy KOs here early. Nice little exchange there. A good lead built up here for Soshi. PK Fire going to come through. Good damage should be had. Ooh, okay, homing attack. Not going to hit. Again, a very risky move there. Could potentially be very dangerous. PK Fire going to whiff. Both players now, again, despite that early lead, Void Ness has been able to make up the percentage very nicely. Again, Sonic has to play in Ness's wheelhouse. Ooh, this is going to be a regrab situation. Oh no, just a little too quick, slow on the draw. Oh, dash attack will connect. Alright, gets caught by the initial hit of spin charge. There you go. That's going to be a star KO off the top. So 0% on the board here. Soshi trying to keep this win streak going. Void Ness trying to get on the board here for the first time tonight. Feigning there, not going to be able to get the KO you're looking for. Ooh, PK Fire going to connect. Could be potentially be a big combo starter, but going to be minimal damage there for Soshi. The homing attack missing here is rough because Ness's whiff punish game is dangerous. So you really got to be careful. Oh, a great combo right there. If you've been watching competitive Super Smash Bros. For a long time, you've seen that combo time and time again. The spin charge into the homing attack, read to jump into the back air. That is the stuff that dreams are made of. An excellent job there from Soshi, keeping the win streak going. Love to see it. There we go. The back air will connect. Really, really solid start. So Soshi, just like that, has gotten onto the lead very quickly. So we're going to keep the good times rolling here. Oh, is it Tezzy hopping back on again? Yep, great, because it's Tezzy versus Soshi one more time. Soshi trying to keep the win streak going. Let's see if they are able to do so. Sonic spin. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Lost the screen for a second, but we're back. Anyway, is Sonic versus Rob once again. Already a quick start here for Soshi. Again, Sonic is just one of those characters where if you let the game get away from you, it can get very hairy very quickly. And this stage is also really good for Sonic, I think. This bi-platform layout just provides so much room for Sonic to like just kind of freely jump out there and be able to commit to edge guards like pretty smoothly. It also gives Sonic a different angle to recover to. Having those platforms there does make things a little bit easier against certain characters. Against Rob in particular, it's pretty good. There we go, evening things up at 2 stocks a pop. 95% on the tab, though, so Tezzy's going to have to play this one real close to the vest. We're not going to connect. There you go, the spin charge connecting, but just out of range for any sort of comboing move. Good parry into the up smash. Just going to KO off the top. Great stuff there from Soshi. Sonic's up smash is a very underrated smash attack. It does have a few frames of invincibility, I believe. So. Oh, okay. You see Tezzy trying to go for the sneak one over on you technique. Just, seeing the situation getting as grim as it is. But 91% on the tab, not something that can't be easily made up. As Tezzy continuing to fight here. So trying to get your hands on Sonic is the tough part. The up smash will connect. Once again, the up smash is going to whiff. Just swinging for the fences here, trying to find that KOing move. There we go, the side B will connect, and it is going to be just enough. So excellent stuff right there from Tezzy to at least even things back up playing wise. There we go, last stock scenario here, not much separating the two. Ooh, the errant down air. Not sure if they meant to do that. It could have just been I imagine they would have tried to go for like another like fast fall forward or something, but just accidentally hit the down too fast. Good neutral air once again. Good parry, but again, Rob's back air, if perfectly spaced, is near impossible to punish. Ooh, okay, connects right there with the down tilt. Just out of range of the strong comboing moves here, though. Ooh, okay. Forcing it up to spring back to the ledge. Whiffs the grab. Ooh, times the spin charge nicely. Neutral air connects. The F tilt connects, so now we're forced into recovery mode. So she had the right idea, just being able to chase her, knowing that Tezzy was forced to commit to the up B, being out of resources. Okay, once again, just choosing to spin dash out of harm's way there. Oh no! Just dipped his toes into the end there. This might be all she wrote. Wow! Sonic's magnet hands are extremely strong. And Tezzy, I feel like, gave up just a little bit too much stage there. The back air will connect it. So it's all, you know, does not matter in the end anyway. But incredibly good stuff there. Tezzy able to get back in a winning column. Yeah, that was pretty sick. You know, again, just, you know, I think Tezzy maybe could have cleaned up that edge guard just a little bit. Sonic was forced to like recover high from you know, away from the ledge like that. That does like really lessen the amount of options that he has to play with. But nonetheless, Tezzy versus Void Nest, the classic game here in the Fire Nation. These guys are gonna go at it themselves. Let's see how this pans out here. We are here on Hollow Bastion, a popular stage here for a number of reasons. So we'll see how this all pans out. Oop, okay, trying to go for the cheeky side B there. It has been a nice start here for Tezzy. Get Void Nest opting to go deep for these recoveries. Again, the gyro be your best friend here, but that a PK fire string here, and had the right idea with the up air. The up smash will connect though, getting that punish. So great stuff there from Tezzy to get on the board here. Here we go, just trying to jockey for position as well. Neutral are going to connect, but not going to get a big follow-up out of it. Still able to get the back air. Void Nest lands aggressively and is now able to chain it into a KO there to PK fire into the F smash right there. 66% to make up, however. Ooh, does not get the jab block. Unfortunately, that could have easily been the stock there. Oh, had to ready to deal with the air dodge. If they just committed to the PK rocket, again, you may have, you know, paid for it with your life there. But hey, if you're Void Nest, you'll take that. Anyway, 118 on the tap though. Can Void Nest continue to conquer here? You know, take advantage of this lead before, you know, potentially maybe beating your demise. Ooh, okay, good up air. Off the stage, though. I think if that doesn't hit the stage, there's a potential that maybe he could KO. Timed up the down air nicely, but just gonna miss. Good dash attack read there. Void Nest now looking like the force that he usually is when playing in these tournaments. Ooh, okay, nice shot with the neutral B. There we go, the up air connects. 84% for Tezzy. Not out of it yet. Could very easily make this up. There you go. Good. Ooh, okay. Good catch with the PSI magnet. Okay, just one solid hit away from potentially getting the KO. Ooh, gets the air dodge. And now we're back in the grab chain. Oh, if they just went for the grab. Wow, oh my gosh. Side B's so broken. Oh, no. This is the stage fight. Yep, that's going to be all she wrote. All right, Voidness gets in the win column here. Again, a real back and forth. These two are always play very competitive sets, so I'm not surprised in that in the slightest. But man, what a game between these two. Really came down to the wire, as it usually does. Again, the PK Fire F Smash combination has proven to be very, very broken. There's only so much that these characters have been able to, these players have been able to do about that. Great stuff there from Voidness, getting on the board here. Everybody except Lalo right now. Now we've gained up a chain of people coming in here, so again, we appreciate everyone that is joining us tonight. So. Anyway, let us see what this game from Sniper Fox has, in store for us today. Now, playing Corrin, a character that, in my opinion, historically does very, very well against Ness. Corrin has some of the best tools of being able to deal with Ness's hitboxes in all-encompassing neutral air. At least in past Smash games, the neutral air covers many sides of Corrin's hurtbox. And also the down B counter is just completely insanely disgusting. People that aren't like Corrin mains would counterpick this character against Ness if their character lost to them, so it's a very popular secondary for certain players, like if you main like Pikachu or a character like that. And also the side B pin, so unfair at being able to edge guard you. The tipper hitbox on that can be very strong. Good catch with the side B on the back hit. There we go. Forward kick from Corrin is going to get Sniper Fox on the board here first. Ooh, okay, the side B going to get punished there. Does not cross the shield the way that they intended. Good get up attack to get around the PK Thunder. Once again, using the uncharged neutral beat to clank with the side B. I was going to say that could have potentially been a scenario where you just kind of see Sniper Fox go for it. Opting to not go for the counter off stage. The back throw from all the way across the stage is going to KO. Goodness gracious. Quite the start there. Alright, so we're back even here for the time being. Sniper Fox generated a little bit of a lead here. But Voidness continuing to fight. The down air into the forward air. Okay. Did not know that one was in the repertoire. Very nice. Up air through the platform. Not going to connect. The back throw on the platform almost enough. Able to up B through. Good up air. Ooh, very dangerous to go for that side B there. Could have potentially been very bad. Side B is such a good move. And the back air, one of the best spacing tools in the game. That is going to force the hand. So now it is once again Sniper Fox in the lead here. Voidness trying to figure this one out. The rapid jab going to be good damage there. Ooh, gets caught in a roll. Just used to jump out, but again, the back throw from way across the stage. Gonna get the job done there. Ooh, okay. Nice little exchange here. Oh, no! Going for the crazy PK rockin' combo there. Maybe trying to get an air dodge, but didn't quite get what they were looking for. And instead results in a KO there for self-destruct at the end. So great stuff there. Sniper Fox gets on the board here. Voidness going to take that L. But nonetheless, a pretty solid going here from everybody. Everybody doing a very good job. It's your boy stepping up to the plate now. Another regular here on the Thursday show. We'll be going up against Sniper Fox. I'm not super familiar with how this matchup goes, Corrin versus Snake, but I imagine it's pretty Snake favored. Snake does not have to engage with most characters the way that Corrin does. Corrin kind of has to get in your wheelhouse to do anything, and Snake's area of effect coverage is incredibly strong. So I imagine disadvantage might be pretty rough here. But also, Corrin has a lot of tools to keep you in disadvantage. So Snake's disadvantage leaves quite a bit to be desired also. So I'm curious how this one's going to shake out. There we go. Good dash attack there. Oh, trying to go for the haymaker drop kick there. Not going to get it. Grenade going to catch right there. Again, just the wall of projectiles that Snake is able to put up. It's going to make things very, very difficult here for your boy. Oop, okay. Just misses right there. Unfortunate stuff. About even in percent here. Only 40-ish% separating everyone. Good dash attack right there. Continue to drop these mortars. The platform, unfortunately, is going to mess up the recovery there. The back throw will be enough to KO, though. Right for there for the corner. Great stuff right there from your boy. Continuing to move smoothly, though. Sniper Fox not out of the woods yet, though. He's definitely come out this comeback. Ooh, rolls through the neutral B bite attack. All right, there we go. All even across the board here. Ooh, but that air dodge could open up a really bad combo of events here. The down's not going to connect, but unfortunately, the mortar is going to stop that combo from extending any further. Good side B. Goes for the side B fake, maybe trying to bait out a defensive option. Could have potentially been a bad trade there, but Sniper Fox coming out the better there. But again, these grenades are so pesky. Doesn't matter. Gonna catch a roll with this. Got enough out of F smash to get a KO out of it. So love to see it. Ooh, okay, good catch with the sight with the C4. Can even things up here across the board. 41% on the tab. Ooh, okay, goes for the risky forward air there again. Okay, Corrin's recovery is pretty linear, so I guess we can sniff that out. Oh, go for some kills up there. Having to be mindful where the C4 is. Oh, got the Dragon Fang shot, but not able to get the KO. It's the connection, not enough of a sweet spot. C4 is in play here. It ain't gonna catch right there. If we get another C4 down, we have a shot potentially. very risky defensive moves here. C4 is down. Has to be mindful. That is at roll distance, I believe. Oh no, went for the counter. A lot of spaghetti on both sides there, but everybody able to come out of that on the better end. So, excellent stuff right there from Sniper Fox. Getting a couple wins here in a row. Love to see it, you boys. Now having to look for that next for the next time around to get that win. Excellent stuff right there from all combatants, of course. And once again, we're making our rounds here in the rotation. Nice little crowd is formed here in the arena. Shout out to everyone coming through to play. Here we go. Once again, going back to Soshi here. But they're playing Ice Climbers. A character you don't necessarily see a lot of in, you know, at least not in this game. You know, the Ice Climbers are very notorious characters in other iterations of Smash Brothers, and can still see some of that same sort of comboing handoff potential in this game, but just not clearly not as potent. Desyncing is obviously, you know, the biggest story with this character is how you can get the most out of both climbers in any given capacity, and that's one way to do it. Force your opponent below stage so far that they cannot net the KO, so unfortunate stuff there. Let's see what sort of comeback Sniper Fox can generate here. I will say, Corrin definitely has the tools to separate the climbers. That's obviously, you know, the best, you know, course of action against these guys. And there we go. It's going to be Sniper Fox getting on the board here. But Sniper Fox down a decent amount of percent here. Again, the Ice Climbers can really rack up that damage quickly if you are not careful. There we go. Gets the up tilt, but not enough on the up air. If he got both hits at a climber up air, that definitely would have been enough to, you know, maybe get yourself on the board here. Ooh, okay, doing a good job separating the climbers. Choosing to not engage with the separated climbers, is going to choose to, you know, progress forward. Right, doesn't even need to get the second climber. Just going to get the first, get the KO on the one that matters. So Sniper Fox has generated a nice lead here. That down air really good at separating both the climbers. Again, really just not something that you need to necessarily do all the time, but it does make the matchup a lot easier. If you can take out the other Ice Climber, the AI-controlled one, that does make your gameplay against this character a little bit easier. It makes their options a lot more limited. Goes for a high side beat. That puts you in free fall. Have to be very careful here. Ooh, and there we go. The back air will connect. And there we go. Not super easy there for Sniper Fox, but able to keep the winning times going here. Great stuff there for Sniper Fox, continuing to add wins on here, you know, in their game. All right, there we go. Another win for Sniper Fox. Tezzy still up top of the leaderboard with 4 wins tonight. But Sniper Fox moving up the ranks here. All right, it's going to be Tezzy stepping back onto the sticks here against Sniper Fox.
3, 2, 1,
And we're back out of here. So Tezzy going up against Sniper Fox. The wins leader going up against the current winner. Can they continue the winning times here? We're going back to Kalos Pokemon League. A nice little flurry of exchange here. Again, a lot of what's been saying so far for Corrin rings true here completely still. You were able to continue to do a lot of damage. You know, in the early percents, Corrin's combo game is very good against these bigger characters that have, like, you know, big hurt boxes you can exploit. Again, trying to find a King blow, and there he is. The back air will do it. A great job there from Sniper Fox getting on the board here. 87%. Again, not the easiest percent to make up here. Oh, okay. That's actually not a terrible option against a character like Rob. When they're forced to commit low like that, you can just go for these, like, really cheeky down airs to just, like, steal us to just go 1-for-1 stock trade. So I like the idea there from Sniper Fox a lot. Ooh, okay, actually misses that B reverse laser. Trying to set up on the ledge there, but Tezzy able to get around nicely. 75% separating both the characters right now. The neutral able to break the stalemate. Whoa! Really funny watching Rotor Arms like do its secondary purpose of just being able to just blow stuff up like that. Great stuff there from... Okay, nice stuff there from Tezzy. Both players looking to get that big blow here. And there we go. The side B will connect there. It's going to be Sniper Fox breaking the tie. Well, close to 150 on the tab. Very dangerous from close to knocking on death's door here. Okay, good catch with the up tilt. A seldomly used move from Corrin so far tonight, but still very fun. All right, there we go. It is going to be Sniper Fox with a 2-stock victory here.
That was great.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. Again, both these characters are, you know, slower, burlier characters. It can be a little difficult to get these KOs off. Hey, it's going to be Sniper Fox moving to the leaderboards. Now 1 win behind Tezzy for the lead for the night. All right, here we go. As we move down the food chain here, Sniper Fox awaits their next opponent. It is Twigman making a debut on the stream tonight against Sniper Fox. A second Sephiroth has hit the playing field. Let's see if this can result in the good stuff here. If you're Twigman, maybe getting some first-timers luck on the stream, potentially. So far, not necessarily going the way you'd like to see, to start out, at least. But a good use of the side B there, and getting the combo off of the up tilt to get the maximum amount of damage off of that. The down B could also potentially be a factor here as well as like a countering move. There is a lot of range on that, and the amplifier on that is incredibly strong. good back air right there. That's going to activate one wing from Sephiroth. Twigman going for the risky recovery above the stage. Not going to pay for it the first time, but will pay for it the second time. Good stuff right there from Sniper Fox. Living up to the name, able to snipe that KO nicely. Actually, Twigman missing the stock right there. Okay, good use of the side B, going for the kick towards the ledge. There you go. The down B does connect, but just a little bit too on the other side of the stage. That's going to be hard to leave it, to net a KO there. Ooh, okay. The bite of the Dragon Fang shot able to go through and net that KO there for Sniper Fox. That 3 stock to 1 lead. Very, very good stuff for sure. There you go. Another large combo here. Corrin is just such a devastatingly strong character when his character is able to get off the ground. So Twigman able to get on the board at the very least, but could potentially be too little too late here. Forced to recover past the ledge, recovers with an air dodge, and Corrin just has so many options to be able to cover that. Okay, able to armor through the hit right there, but does not matter. The Dragon Fang shot will get the KO.
That was great.
Another strong victory here for Sniper Fox as they've now tied the lead in wins tonight. Love to see it. Let me take a look at the leaderboard once again. It is now Sniper Fox, I believe, either tied or took the lead there. Things may have potentially got a little hairy there, but nonetheless, though, great job there from Sniper Fox. Has refused to give up these sticks so far. Corrin proven to be quite the character to compete with, so. Getting into this next game here, Void Nest coming back, potentially trying to get revenge for a that earlier game for sure. Let's see if Void Nest can learn from their past mistakes here. Again, tough matchup. Does leave a lot to be. It does leave a lot to be desired here, unfortunately. So. The matchup is not great for Ness, but you play through. If you're a Ness main, you understand that your turns do leave a lot to be desired here, unfortunately. All right, good down tilt right there, trade. Both characters keeping it close. Goes for the high recovery towards the platform. I think that was only able to work because the Void Nest committed to the PK Rock on the other side of the stage. Up here, going to catch through the platform. Once again, a great start here for both sides. Ooh, wow, yeah, tries to go to delay that recovery, but just not. Corrin's vertical recovery just not strong enough to make that work, so. Okay, good side B catch once again, but not going to be enough to get the KO. Once again, just going to opt to shoot the other way with that side B. Ooh, okay. Love the trickiness with the PK rocking. Ooh, and yep, just gets gimped enough off that recovery. So. All right, so Sniper Fox, since they're back against the wall here, can they mount the comeback? The up airs, the Jungle Train continuing to do a lot of work here. So. Okay, the Dragon Fang shot got to connect a little bit there. Still taking a lot of damage right now. It's going to make it very hard to net any kind of a comeback here. So there you go. That's going to be Void Ness taking the victory there. Excellent stuff. There we go. It's going to be Void Ness evening up his record tonight. Sniper Fox going to fall victim on that last game there. So. The win streak is finally over. Sniper Fox reached 5 consecutive wins in a row, but unable to get the victory there. Alrighty, so here we go. It's going to be Kahlua 6. Going to be going up against Void Ness here. Rockin' the Incineroar. One of my favorite characters in Super Smash Bros. To play. This guy is so fun. Leaves a lot to be desired in a lot of areas. Again, very classic grappler archetype in fighting games. You know, plays a lot in your face, but unfortunately, recovery-wise, leaves a lot to be desired. You're not always going to have like the strongest matches against certain characters. This might be a tough one, but this is a character that like you can kind of like beat him up a little bit. So I definitely think this is an okay matchup for Incineroar here. But despite that, you know, Void Ness opening up a very strong lead here. Continuing out on this lead, 83% before the first stock is even taken. The backs are going to set up the edge guard. And again, this is where you can kind of bully Incineroar a little bit if you're Ness. You're just kind of able to keep this character at bay, force him to use his resources. Okay, armoring through the neutral air with the up B was nuts. I love that. Cross chop is quite the interesting move, but great stuff. Getting on the board though, but Blue 6 gonna have to dig deep if they want to get on the board here. Cross chop once again up above the platform. This is the initial punish, but gets the secondary punish. Throw. Has to be very careful going for those tricky edge guard techniques. Goes for the down air. Not going to be successful. Nice back air. Ooh, goes for it again. Oh. Gets the KO with the cross chop, but at what cost? And there you go. See some of the highlights here. Again, the up air, super strong there. And, you know, even though he didn't net the win there, still able to get the fight with the cross drop was pretty sick. And so, unfortunate for Kahlua 6, not going to make it on the leaderboard. All right, it's going to be your boy against Void Nest. Again, the classic matchup here between these two. Again, these two square off. It feels like weekly at some point during the King of the Hill. Here we go again. A very intricate matchup between these two. The classic, you know, character with bad disadvantage state against a character with great advantage state. There we go. The PK is Thunder. Once again, going to keep the juggle attempt on. Nice back air there from your boy. Trying to keep things close. Just coming up just a little bit short. And these matchups are so dangerous between these two. Okay, go for the deep edge guard. Forced to go for the the Cypher recovery and gets back. Oh my god, he's so sick and gets the stock lead. That was freaking awesome. Oh my goodness. That was so sick. Oh man. That was awesome. The up air will even things up though, but man, what a start to the game for your boy. All right, so let's see what the answer is from both sides here. Your boy down at a percent deficit, but again, when you're able to get the offense rolling here with Snake, the numbers can grow quickly. But this is just the hard part. You're forced to recover low against a character that's a great offstage presence. It's so tough. Get up, attack on the platform. Gonna put a Thorn into Void, into any sort of a advantage state there. Oh, forced to go for the high recovery. Gets not the full hit of the up tilt, but enough of it. Good dash attack. Okay, hey, calm down there, pal. Just like that. Okay, goes for that recovery. Both players kind of missing here. Void Nest continuing to extend this lead. PK Thunder gonna catch. Go to the deep edge guard, but your boy having enough resources to get back. Ooh, okay, catches with the very high tip of the up smash. 116 on the tab there. Gonna have to play the perfect game here if they want to mount any sort of a comeback. Goes for the recovery there. And the up smash will connect. The dog has been walked. Void Nest takes it over your boy in the first phase of tonight's what I imagine these two facing off quite a few times here, so. Great stuff right there from both players. Again, both these guys are regulars here when it comes to, you know, what we're able to get on this. Yeah, they're regulars. They play each other all the time. They're fan favorites of mine watching these guys play. Yeah, but we have enough time today. So I'm able to get on the board. Void Nest, again, able to do such a great job. so here we go. It's going to be Tezzy against Voidness once again. These two are, no strangers to dueling against each other either. They just played probably like 20, 30 minutes ago, so. Ooh, okay. Nice catch with the side B. There we go, great catch. There's going to be Tezzy off to the early start here. Voidness going to continue to try to get back into the game here. Throw, going to be a good job setting up the edge guard at the very least. There you go, falling forward air. Yeah, Ness has so many options to like punish the landing. Ooh, okay. Does not get the stage tech and just able to get the KO. Wow. I didn't think that was going to KO, but didn't get, just a high enough percent for it out there forward. All right, so both players at 2 stocks to hop here. It is Tezzy with a slight percentage lead. Up through the platform, going to at least aid in getting this combo off the ground. But a quick PK fire is going to put the squash on that. Ooh, okay, goes for the PK flash, but not going to get it. Okay, goes for the up throw on the platform. Not going to get the full, combo out of that. Okay, good connection right there. Nice catch with the up air again. It's going to be Tezzy continuing this lead here. Voidness going to have to really dig deep here. The gyro putting those, unfortunate ping pong back toward Tezzy. Take a look at the replay here again. Both these players evenly matched. A real tough matchup on both sides. And both these characters are so good at punishing the other. As we look at the replay here, guys, just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go grab a glass of water. I'll be back in 2 seconds. So enjoy the rest of the highlights as we get into this next match. All right, gang, we are back just in time for Soshi making their return to the stream against Tezzy, a matchup that we saw earlier, Sonic versus Rob. Okay, we've seen how this plays out here. Oop. Yet Sonic can get out to a very early lead here. The lead can get very out of control if you're not careful. go. Another nice percentage lead here. Ooh, okay, almost gets the full combo there of the spin dash into the spring up air. That combo's not as true as it once was in other Smash games, but man, is it cool still. Ooh, okay, continuing to live here though. Does not tech the stage. Unfortunate for there for Tezzy. That one resulted in a KO on their side. So. Ooh, okay, good up here. Just gonna whiff once again. Again, just falling out of all these combo hits. Goes for the back throw. Maybe a pummel or two could have made that end of the KO. Doesn't matter though. The F smash will connect on the roll as he gets on the board here. Good, laser going to be shielded. Nice neutral air. Good little combo starter there for Tezzy. Soshi trying to get through the array of projectiles. The up air is a good way to do that. Again, that move once upon a time was like one of the best moves of all time in Super Smash Brothers. Not nearly as good now. You know, it is still a good move, just not the as good as a move as it once was in a previous iteration of Smash. Okay, just trying to find that big blow here. Oop, just misses. Just missing those like big hits of the combo. Ooh, skated right by once again. Good catch on the air dodge. Oh my god, gets down aired into bubble. Bro, that was nuts. Alright, trying to find the KO here. Ooh, okay, going for some crazy stuff off stage here to try to get back in the stock race here. Oh my god, that neutral is so good. Rob doing such a good job holding on to the stock, getting a lot of extra credit out of this. Great stuff here from Tezzy. The back throw, not going to be enough from Soshi. Ooh, okay, goes for a landing up air, but not going to connect. The forward air does a good job breaking that up. Tezzy's doing a good job just getting these hits in whenever they're able to. Again, with enough rage on the deck here, we could see these moves like up air and back air, but potentially starting to KO soon. There we go. Tezzy with the 2-stock. Getting back in the winning ways here. Excellent stuff right there from both of them. Again, both this matchup can get a little tricky. Whenever you could eventually just fall out of kill percent against Sonic, and there's really not much you can do about it. Again, a great game. Great game for both players. Heavy back lead here. Keeping the good times rolling. And again, thank you guys for checking out the stream tonight. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Alrighty, is Twigman back in the rotation against Tezzy? We saw Tezzy get a win against the Sephiroth to start tonight. Can they continue to net these wins against Sephiroth? Good catch right there. With the forward air. Again, Sephiroth has range to play with for days. So, definitely has the means to... need one over here in this matchup. That up B also very good too. Tezzy's, you know, if is not going to necessarily be able to, you know, place that for free. Just standing by the ledge for free can be very dangerous here. I like the attempt of using that that strong side B there. There we go. Despite all that, it is Tezzy with the early stock lead here. Can we potentially get Twigman on the board here? Goes for the down smash in the wrong direction. The back air does cover a little bit of space. And Sephiroth having that huge range to work with here. You know, in theory, he does have a decent time edge guarding against Rob, but just has to place those hitboxes so specifically. And Sephiroth is such a lightweight of a character that you don't necessarily get many shots before you're potentially at KO percentage. So. Good forward air once again, though. Gonna try to net themselves a lead here. These looks like the neutral B got reflected. That was interesting. There we go. Okay, so there we go. A one stock lead here for Tezzy, but with a very healthy second stock. So this one is looking awfully strong for them. All right, the side B is connected though, so potentially in some danger of, you know, getting some tack damage on. The one wing is in effect, so we could potentially be seeing some stronger moves and combo potential here for Twigman if they're able to get things off the ground. But unfortunately, Tezzy just doing a good job playing keep away. Good get up attack. You know, the down smash, a little telegraph there. Good back throw. Ooh, the down smash will connect, okay. So with one wing in effect, we are able to, you know, get some sort of a comeback here. About 111 on the docket. We're gonna have to play this one real close. Ooh, okay, neutral air connects there. Up air, that's not gonna be enough. Wow, even on a character like Sephiroth, impressive. Okay, there we go. The up B will connect there again. Hold on. The longer we hang on here, Twigman could potentially find themselves in a scenario where they could mount the gnarly comeback. That is a regrab scenario. Again, can't hang by the ledge too long. And there we go. Side B will connect. Great stuff there from Tezzy. Again, a little scary, little hairy. Had to be a little bit careful there, but able to come out on top. Great stuff from Tezzy, continuing the win streak. Alrighty. So Tezzy can up to 7 wins on the night. Knox in second place with 5, and Voidness picking up the rear with 4. Soshi with 2, and everybody else looking to get on the board here. right, so let's see if Sniper Fox can get back in the winning column here. Again, not a bad matchup from Meduso. We've seen that this matchup is very, very doable for him. You know, let's see what they have on the docket here. Again, Corrin having so many, you know, options, being able to cover around them. And then with the neutral air, with the up air, you know, it just feels like the juggle attempts are on almost all the time. So again, pretty even across the board here, to say the least. I think it's a little bit of percent separating both the players right now. Sniper Fox nursing a little bit of a lead here, but Tezzy doing a good job bringing it back, making it close at the very least. There we go, good catch. Up air. We're going to continue to add on to this leader as Tezzy. Again, doing a really good job getting out to an early lead. Catch with the side B. There we go. The side B kick will connect right there. So Sniper Fox 2 on the deck here. You have to be careful. Again, the lead is the lead is forever, you know, slightly getting out of their favor here. Again, 107 on the tab. Oh, and a nice catch on the recovery from Tezzy. Right at the apex of that up B. Again, Corrin's vertical recovery does leave a lot to be desired. So I definitely think that worked out well in their favor. Huge lead right now. Again, there's been a lot of leads tonight for you know, a lot of players where you have a lot, you know, I've seen a lot of like lopsided, like 2 stock leads here. Very dangerous stuff for sure. Again, just like this, looks like Tezzy's just kind of going through the motions right now. You know, maybe hit a little bit of autopilot, but not a bad thing to be in when you have such a huge lead. That tech roll could have been punished a lot harder on the ledge, but just coming up a little bit short. Okay. Good catch right there at the side B. That is going to be another stock here for Sniper Fox, but 103 having to make it up here at the very top of Town and City. Yep, you are very seldomly going to survive that. Great job there from Tezzy. Again, the game looked a lot closer than it probably actually was, but you know, that was unfortunately a brutal situation to be in there. Nonetheless, though, a great job. Once again, it's going to be Tezzy adding on to this win streak. We're near the end of the night, folks. We got about 20 minutes left in the show. So get your licks in while you can. It looks like Void Nest is stepping back up to the sticks. Let's see what they're able to put together here, if anything. All right, once again. Oh, okay, no, a different Nest stepping up to that. I'm unfamiliar with how to say that character in Japanese, so I will not be attempting to do so. So I will just refer to them as Ness for this fight. So Ness going to square up here against Tezzy. And we've seen Tezzy square up against Ness a handful of times tonight in the show already. So we already know what to expect from the matchup. And so far, not like a terrible start for the Ness player. Obviously Rob's a big target. The Rob doesn't really start his matches until you get around to this percent anyways, so. Good connection right there. Ooh, okay, goes for the PK Rockin'. Good coverage right there on their side. Trying to go for the up smash, maybe trying to read a maybe trying to read a roll over the platform. Okay. Gonna get the bump here. Once again, added onto this lead here is the Ness player. Good job with the forward air. PK Flash going to force the air dodge, but not going to be able to get the punish out of it. But the forward air will. Again, Tezzy just having a hard time trying to get back to the stage here. Forced to cover low. It always bodes well for Ness, but not in a position where they're going to get any sort of follow-up out of it. Back air, and there we go. 3-1 lead here for Ness. So Tezzy kind of getting his bell rung a little bit here. Not looking great for our player. Ooh, good neutral. Gets the jab block and the forward smash combo. Unreal stuff. Okay, up air from the basement. Not gonna be enough. Okay, goes for the up smash, but not gonna connect. Okay, we are just knocking on the door of a knockout here. You are, Tezzy, you are desperately trying to get something going here. Oh, goes for the... All right, now we're just playing with our food. That forward throw had to have been a miss input. That was straight BM. Oh, my goodness. Excellent work right there from the Ness player getting on the board here. So our new contender is now, reared their face into the competition. New hot bombshells into the villa. Yeah, we're just referring to them as Ness. As we are unaware of what their tag is. That is too funny. Alrighty, so let's see if Ness and your boy can have a fun one here. Your boy rocking the King Dedede. Again, another fan favorite character of mine. Always fun to see this character come into the fray. Excuse me. Oh, okay. To go for something cheeky maybe on the Gordo there to try to hit it back at you, boy. Gonna come up a little bit short. Good catch with the back air there. Again, just continue to add to hurt on here. This matchup for King Dedede, as we've seen week in and week out, not necessarily the greatest. It leaves a lot to be desired, unfortunately, so. But your boy down in a deficit here. That platform going to provide great coverage there. Catch the air dodge, but just not in a good position to get a follow-up, unfortunately. Alright, once again, just trying to keep the pressure on. Going a little bit short there, but here we go. It's 3-stock-to-1 lead here for the Ness main. And there we go. It's a 3-stock victory for Ness. So Ness player coming out of the woodwork here to make their statements heard. Great stuff. And we love watching the Gordo get reflected back. That is truly some of the best ways to get KOs here in Super Smash Brothers. Again, this Ness player coming out of the woodwork. Again, if I knew how to pronounce that in Japanese, I apologize, but I do not. So, good on you, sir, for sure. We're gonna have a Ness mirror coming up next. Always fun to watch. It's gonna be Void Ness versus Blue Ness. We're gonna go with that one for the time being. Yeah, listen, this should be a lot of fun. You know, I'm excited to see how this shakes out for both sides here. And Namir is, you know, it's certainly an interesting matchup. Again, both these characters are combo machines. You know, the PSI magnet is going to be huge here. Being able to see who can, you can get into some cheeky scenarios here in the edge guarding department where like your opponent's trying to PK Thunder back to the stage, and you can just PSI magnet away their PK Thunder. It is hilarious. It is jokes. And it is really, really funny. So I'm excited to see how this. I hope we get to see it. This match could go by very quickly. And we're seeing so far Blue Ness off to quite the lead here over Void Ness. But just like that, Void Ness able to at least get back into this, give himself a puncher's chance here. But Blue Ness will take the stock there. Go forward throw, gonna set up this combo once again. Okay, good. Wait, I don't know if they meant to do that, but either way, able to get the full punish off the PK Thunder. So. Great stuff there from Blue Ness up once again, 3-stocks-to-1 here. Insane start to the game. Absolutely love to see it. There we go, once again. Trying to get back into the game here is Void Ness, but are we too far ahead of the game? I'm unsure. You know, just this it feels like whenever, you know, Blue Ness in the few games we've seen so far, once they've taken the lead, they have not wanted to squander it, so. This could potentially get very hairy if we do not play our cards right. Ooh, okay, goes to the walk the dog. Not gonna get it. Ooh, okay, goes for the back throw, and there we go. That'll do it. Once again, it is Blue Nest coming out as a superior Nest for the time being. So, love to see it. Great stuff there from our late arriving challenger. I don't know where this player's been all night, but my goodness, what a game. Great stuff there from our blue shaded Nest, taking the win over Void Nest there. So now they're going to get their chance to scrap against Mr. Sonic the Hedgehog here, so. All right, here we go. Let's see if Soshi can stop the win streak here of our Blue Nest main. This matchup, again, is also very tricky. Again, Sonic has to punch you with his face. Getting Ness's wheelhouse to PK Fire can be very disruptive if you don't approach properly. You have to be very, very careful on both sides here. Ooh, okay. The F smash will catch that punish nicely, though. Great stuff there. There we go. Just like that, we are evening things up. Blue Nest able to get back on the board. Going to FD here, also an interesting choice. Again, I'm not sure what... Yeah, this stage does really leave a lot to be desired in terms of like where you can like run and hide. It doesn't feel like you have many options in order to do either. Oop. Be very, very careful. Alright, both players kind of jockeying for position. Coming up a little bit short. Ooh, okay, getting caught for the PK rockin', but not able to get the KO. Able to get to the other side of the stage. Again, chasing down Sonic is easier said than done. Trying to get the proper punish when the character hits your shield. Okay. Ooh, the up air does not connect all the way, unfortunately, and whiffs the grab. Oh my goodness. Spaghetti all over the place. Showing its face in this second stock here for both players. Alright, so it is going to be Void Nest. It's going to be Blue Nest that breaks the tie here. Okay, just misses the KO there. Just misses the grab and the follow-up. Not going to connect. Does get the F tilt though. All right, just refusing to say die on this stock. Blue Nest doing a great job just getting as much longevity out of the stock as they can. So connect, here comes the PK Fire. Ooh. That could have potentially been a scary KO there. Again, just continuing to get as much out of the second stock as they humanly can. If that will connect. So 98% on the tab. Can we potentially not to come back here if you are Doshi? And the answer is going to be no. Unfortunately, the up smash will connect there. It is Blue Nest continuing this late stream resurgence here. Love to see it. Look some of the highlights here. Again, FD leaves does not give you many places to hide. If you're either character in this matchup, it is brutally tough. So unfortunately, Sonic having not the safest of landing options against a character like this, that's going to result in a bad, a bad combination of things that happen there. So. Alrighty, folks, we are getting into the nitty-gritty of it here. Let us see what we can do here. We're down to our last 8 minutes. So let's see who can dethrone our our current champion right now. Let me tell you. Let's see if Twigman has a good opportunity to be able to do so. Again, we've seen a lot of Ness on the stream tonight. We've also seen a lot of Sephiroth. I would love to see a Sephiroth dub here. That would make things feel great. Ooh, unfortunately, gonna dive the that air dodge coming out early. Most likely a buffered input. As a result in the KO there, unfortunately. So let's see if Twigman can potentially right the wrong from that SD. But we've seen from these last couple of exchanges here that once Blue Nest gets gets their hands on the lead, that they very seldomly sees it. Down B's going to connect there, but not for much. Rapid Jab is going to break things up a little bit. Eight, 95% on the tab right now, though. This is not looking great. Goes for the up B quickly back to the ledge. We're in a regrab scenario, but just not able to get there quick enough. There's a 3-stock-to-1 lead here for Blue Nest. The up throw not going to be enough to, not necessarily the combo throw for Sephiroth. Sephiroth doesn't have a lot of combo throws, but it does. Wow. I was going to say, it does have some tools he can work with in terms of throws, but does not matter. It gets dunked immediately. Excellent stuff right there from Blue Nest. A late game surge. So coming in late with a few wins here. Great stuff from our the Nest player, the Nest player formerly known as Nest player. All right, so we're gonna have Corrin versus Nest here. Now we've seen this matchup work out for Sniper Fox before. Well, let's read. We'll keep this as potentially the last match here of the night. So let's see if this one's for all the metaphorical marbles, as we're gonna put it here for Sniper Fox. So. Sniper Fox having the tools to do so, but again, if Ness, that was such a great use of the PK Thunder. He got stuck in so much hits that he was not able to jump out of that to get back to the ledge. So incredible stuff right there from Sniper Fox. Now let's see what, once again, Lumos can do with the lead here. Wow, okay, able to get that F smash in just before the PK Thunder connected. Or excuse me, before the PK Fire came out. Excellent stuff. Very, very cool. Good catch from forward air. Once again, using the tail of the PK Thunder to catch these like very linear recoveries. It's proven to be very effective so far. Oop, the up smash will connect. Walking a dog, and it's going to be a 2-stock-to-1 lead here for Blue Nest. Sniper Fox back against the wall here. Gotta keep this one close. He's coming up a little bit short here. Oop, okay. Gets a good catch. Again, I haven't seen a lot, you know, there's been very seldom attempts to go for these, like, just drop zone counters. Maybe that technique isn't nearly as good as it, you know, once was in, like, you know, once upon a time in a previous Smash game. But, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you just kind of have to still go for it a little bit. Ooh, the PK Fire's going to connect. Once again, a combo to the other side of the stage. How do we get off the ledge? Rolls past the dog. Does that matter? So, the end of the tournament being swept by the Ness. So, wonderful stuff there. A valiant effort from Sniper Fox, but getting sniped there in the end. As we take a look at some of the highlights here. Again, Ness, that is how you do this matchup against Ness. It's not nearly as hard as we were making it out to be. It is difficult. You're going to have some problems, but able to get the job done there. And this is going to be the final standings for tonight that we're looking at here. Get a great job from Tezzy. Tezzy did not seize the lead there, but a late resurgence from our Ness player there. 6 games undefeated at the end of the night. And Sniper Fox coming in 3rd place with the 5 wins on the night. So, a great variety of characters. You got to see some Sonic the Hedgehog if you're into that. A lot of Ness if you're into that. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream tonight. Thank you again, Fire Vendors, for hanging with us tonight. Thank you again for Fire Phoenix King for having me. We'll be back again next Thursday, I believe, for another one of these. Yeah, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. And have yourselves a wonderful night, and we'll see you next week.